Good morning, folks. I have kind of circled back and looked at a script that I had written a long time ago. Let's take a look here. This is actually my script, app script to index all files and folders. That's actually my most viewed script of all the, or most viewed YouTube video, training video I have, and it's still working great. But I was running it again this morning on this particular sheet right here, and I noticed that the way this script was written back in the day, let me scroll down here, it was written in, sort of an older set of functions. And so I decided to update it a little bit. And one of the things about it right here is that the script was appending row by row. So if you run the script, you'd notice as it got all these files and then indexed them onto the spreadsheet, it was appending it row by row. And I've learned over time that that's not the most efficient way to do things. So I basically took the old script here. Let me go into my into my Chat GPT. So this morning I decided it would probably be best. I wrote a new prompt to ChatGPT. I said, "Hey, I got this older script, and I noticed that it's not working as efficiently as it could. And here's the old script. How can we make it work more efficiently?" And of course, within a matter of 10 seconds or so, ChatGPT kicked out the new script, and it affirmed what I had suggested, that writing to the row one at a time with append is slow. So here's the new script, and let's take a peek at it. What it does differently is, by the way, and this is my on open script because I can attach this to a spreadsheet. I had a comment recently on the channel asking how do you get this to run well. In this case, I basically this script runs from a spreadsheet, so I create a spreadsheet, and this on open file lets me run those different scripts. This script is the get list of files and folders. So this function brings up a browser prompt, and it asks for the ID of the folder that you want to index, and then it calls a second script, make list of files and folders, and it basically goes on the active sheet of the particular spreadsheet you're on. It gets the range A1 to H, and it clears the content, and then it creates a new row, and that's to put the header information in. And then what it's going to do is get the parent folder, that's my folder ID, and it's going to create an empty array. And this is the part that's changed dramatically. It creates an empty array, and then it runs another script called traverse folder, and that is this function. And this function goes through all the folders and subfolders, gets all the files, gets their name, gets the file, gets the folder name, file name, gets the file of date created, get the date created, and so forth. It gets this list of these things here, and then it lists all these subfolders, and it writes it back to this. It writes it back to the sheet, and it dumps it all in one write. So the difference is the old script down here, where it was appending rows, row by row, you would watch this script execute, and it would, row by row, it would, put this row in, and this row and this row, you'd watch it one at a time. Now let's go ahead and run this. So this is my Redtail fan folder. So I would come back over here to here we can run it on this. This one will be real fast. I have a folder called app scripts documents. So I'm going to grab its ID, and that's everything after the word folder slash. I'm going to go ahead and copy that. And then I need to create a new sheet now because let me go ahead and do that, because otherwise it would replace it. So I'm going to take this new sheet and I'm going to call it app script script files. Okay. And then now that I'm on this sheet, because if we take a look here, we'll see in the very beginning of this that this is getting the active sheet. So when I run this script, it's going to work on the sheet that I'm on, in this case, my script files. So I'm going to list all these files and folders. I'm going to paste in my ID. I just copied it, and I'm going to say OK. And the first thing that's going to happen is that first row is going to be appended. And well, there it is, super fast. And I'll go ahead and do this. I can do something like this. And here is all that data. And notice how much faster that is. It collects the data into an array, and that is this part here where const all data. It dumps all that information into that array, and then it puts that array into the sheet at the very end of it. So now here I've just indexed all of the files that I have in my app script document folder. I can just from here go ahead and run that, and there's my updated files list. So a quick way, if I wanted to send this information to somebody, I would be able to do that. So to summarize, we just I got the help of ChatGPT. I took an old script, that was the old script down here, very popular script that I've on my channel, and I wanted to update it. So if you've been using the script, you might update your version to this new version. It actually is a lot faster and better code than in the older version of it. Thanks for watching.